All right, a couple other things to let me move on here. A couple of other things. So the other day or last week, I think we did a segment talking about Biden's SCOTUS nominee who has now since been nominated. Had she already been nominated, or I think she had already been nominated. Ketanji Brown Jackson, and we and I suggested through one of the other stories that I pulled up that it didn't look like she was going to be in position or was situated to make some radical impact on the court, and therefore some radical impact on our lives. It just wasn't. And I remember somebody in one of the comments on YouTube on that clip was suggesting, like, you didn't really look at her record, like, but what about her record though? There was an illusion. The story we talked about had sort of alluded to her record, and praised her public defender background, of course, that she's a Black woman and would be able to bring a different worldview to the and that the one point that I remember we brought up was that she is known to have for taking a long time to write her decisions and to have them be very long decisions. And in one point, the decision she wrote that was supposed to be criticizing a Trump decision allowed Trump to get away with whatever he was trying to do because her decision took so long to produce. So since then, and I think it's likely that at least some of you, if not many of you, have seen this, but it has come out that at least in one instance, noted retired federal judge U.W. Clement had written to back in early February to President Biden, say with a warning, So as Judge Clement writes, "Dear Mr. President, as one who has labored in the vineyards of civil rights all his life, I rejoice in your determination to appoint the first Black female to the United States Supreme Court. In the tradition of Thurgood Marshall, hopefully she will stand tall for equal justice for all and equality in the workplace. As you consider the candidates for your legacy appointment to the highest court of the land, it is entirely appropriate for you to take into account not simply what each aspirant has done for her own career, but equally so what she has done for the cause of justice and equality. Based on her conduct in Ross versus Lockheed, I strongly believe that Circuit Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson should not be appointed by you as the first Black female justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. The Ross case was brought as a 2016 class action on behalf of 5,500 Black workers of Lockheed Martin Corporation, the nation's largest federal contractor. Before filing the lawsuit, lawyers for the Black plaintiffs negotiated a settlement with Lockheed Martin, which provided for a reformed evaluation system, the cornerstone of pay and promotion decisions, and $22 million to be distributed to the Black workers. When the lawyers presented the settlement to Judge Jackson, she incredibly refused to approve the settlement because, in her view, there were no common factual questions. Then, more incredibly, she denied the plaintiff their fundamental right to take discovery of Lockheed Martin's books and records as they sought to prove class action status. Finally, by taking 54 days to issue her memorandum opinion accompanying her order denying class certification, she effectively aborted plaintiffs' rights to appeal her class certification decision under Rule 23F of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. So Judge Jackson in Ross, 1, gave the axe to a settlement designed to benefit numerous Black workers at one of the nation's largest employers. 2, denied the injunctive relief agreed to by Lockheed Martin that would have addressed a root cause of systemic racial bias that could have been a model for a nation hungry for racial equity solutions. 3, denied the Black workers the right to seek evidence to prove their claim of company-wide racial discrimination. And 4, knowingly frustrated the rights of Black workers to appeal her decision. So again, I am by no means a legal expert, but here is at least one letter from one who, at least nominally, we would think is a legal expert, who has said that She's not helpful. I think it's fair to say. I think it's fair to say that he feels she's not helpful. Um, is this what? Yeah, imperial wealth redistribute. So obviously, so like everything, and I feel Emma's point here. I think if I is that, I mean, this is everything we're talking about is redistributing the spoils of imperial aggression at the end of the day. So even my own watered down argument around redistributing the GDP is just that redistribution of the spoils of war. Admittedly, for as a step, but but yeah, that's absolutely it. Yeah, the letter is fire, and it didn't work. Surprise! Spoiler alert! It didn't work. She did in fact get nominated. Um, and as we played in the video last week, a lot of particularly the Black commercial press is championing it with this whole Black girl magic thing. Yeah, that's the least. Not helpful is the least. Yeah. So yeah, peace, Geechee. Peace, peace, peace. Greetings to you. Hope all is at least getting better. Um, I don't know if that's possible, but anyway. So I just wanted to share that a little bit. That was I think again the same issue where she writes these long decisions that end up in the Trump issue that we raised last week contradict what her claimed position would be. This one just was an additional, knife in the back, so to speak, of I'm not only disagreeing with you, I'm not only refusing your award, but I'm going to take so long in my refusal that you can't even appeal. That's gangster. Like that is almost feels like that's the kind of like that's that sibling loved one violence and pain. Like the people that know you most can do the most damage. That's what that feels like that added little